Namaskar, and welcome to today's discourse of Shri Brahmachaitanya Maharaj. Today's pravachan is centered on a fundamental principle in spiritual life: divert craving for sense objects towards God. In a world filled with attractions and temptations, how does one turn the mind from the fleeting to the eternal? Shri Maharaj offers us clear guidance on this inner transformation. Let us now listen to his divine words. Divert craving for sense objects towards God. What trust is in worldly dealings corresponds to faith in spiritual practice. Worldly life, being by its very nature imperfect and incomplete, can never yield satisfaction, which is basically a natural quality of perfection and completeness. Acts done without expectation of any kind will lead to purification and ultimate liberation. Sacrifice, truly speaking, is utter surrender of self and unbroken awareness of God. In the sadhaka stage, body may be subjected to suffering, but once liberation is achieved, the body becomes brimful with the bliss that is God. It is, of course, far from necessary for an aspirant to live indigently. He may live in luxury if he can afford it, but if someday he is beset by poverty, he should not even remember the past times of affluence. The Shastras have extolled the householder's life as blessed and particularly congenial for spirituality. If, however, we get engrossed in the sensual pleasures which it affords and allows, and ignore the duties and responsibilities, what is the gain? It behoves a person to engage himself in service or a business for his living, but if he forgets God to serve the employer or the business, it is certainly all to no purpose. Even service should be performed in the remembrance of God. Do not believe it if someone tells you that domestic life precludes attainment of God. You certainly can attain that goal. Only you must take these precautions. Commit yourself and everything else to the care of God. Relate alike your pleasure and pain to Him. Be contented in whatever condition He pleases to place you in. Everything that you do should be dedicated to Him. Do nothing for which conscience may prick you. A man is nowhere near spirituality so long as he feels prapancha to be the be-all and end-all. Even evildoers sometimes appear to be happy, but they are not so in reality. Repentance does strike such a person at some time or other and does make him unhappy. We treat spirituality in a stepmotherly fashion. What we need to do is to apply our genuine attachment to God instead of to prapancha. Learn to derive happy contentment in namasmarana. Personal reflection. Raja Harishchandra's life is the embodiment of steadfast truth and divine surrender, even while living amidst the world. A glorious king, Harishchandra ruled with wisdom and compassion, yet he was tested like no other. Due to a divine play set in motion by Sage Vishwamitra, Harishchandra lost his kingdom, his wealth, and even his family. He was reduced to serving as a crematorium caretaker, enduring unimaginable grief and humiliation. But not once did he waver in truth or dharma. He surrendered his pride, comforts, and even his son, but he did not surrender his inner integrity. Through intense suffering, he remembered that his role was to uphold dharma and offer everything to God, including his pain. What makes his story powerful is this: though surrounded by sorrow, he did not cling to the world. His craving for righteousness outweighed any desire for sense pleasure or comfort. That is why he is remembered even today, not as a king, but as a saintly soul who turned worldly suffering into divine service. Harishchandra's journey shows us that even householders can attain the highest realization when their love is fixed on God, rather than the fleeting pleasures of the world. Shri Maharaj reminds us that worldly life is not an obstacle, but our attachment to it is. Just as Raja Harishchandra transformed his trials into spiritual triumphs, we too can divert our cravings from the impermanent to the eternal by offering all to God and embracing namasmarana as our greatest joy. Let us remember, no matter our outer role, our inner identity is that of a devotee, ever turning toward the Lord.